Hello and welcome back to my channel, Lady T. My name is Natalie and we are going to continue and finish Fall of Porcupine. I've had it, I'm done. I've gotten over the loss of the last game, the last episode, but we are going to end it today. It has gone on for far too long. I feel like it has overstayed its welcome. And we just have to finish it now. I don't think there's anything going to happen at this point with the 5th floor or whatever, the 4th floor. I don't even remember what it was. The game doesn't remember that there was something with that floor either. So I think that at some point they just lost sight of what they were trying to achieve with this game. Like maybe they wanted it... Maybe they wanted to have a little mystery going on, but then they forgot about it. They focus more on the grief stuff, but that's just not interesting to me. Can interest you in a hot cup of coffee? Perhaps a tea or a saffron roll? No thanks. Sorry, I've got somewhere to be. Sure thing. But you could have gotten something. Like, it's cool. Just get a hot beverage thrown away. Like, the town feels strangely empty, even. I mean, now, of course, because it's night, but even during the day, like, it just feels so lifeless. You don't seem to like the weather much either, do you? It smells a bit stale. Hey, Julianos. Oh, that was good. Like this, there's nothing to talk about, nothing to do. It's just so... So you're here too, young one. It's good to see you. The roller coaster of life never stops, does it? A few days ago we gathered to celebrate. Today we've gathered to weep. Well, according to one character it happened yesterday, the other says it happened a long time ago. That looks like it's May up there. Finley. Hey, Giuliano. I'm so sorry. I wish I'd had more Finley. It's okay. Thank you for coming. I know we haven't known each other long, but it means a lot to me. Please make yourself at home. There's food and drink. Go ahead, take a seat. Just make yourself at home. Is there really nothing I can do for you? Come to think of it, there is one thing actually. Anything you want, what is it? I think there's a colleague of yours here too. He didn't hang around long. He just stood in a corner and didn't talk to anyone. Then I think he went out the back door. I haven't seen him since. Could you go see if he's still here? I checked myself, but I've got my hands full. Sorry, here I am asking for your help again. It's no problem, Giuliano. I'd be happy to do that for you. Thank you. I'm sure Pina made a figurine. It's such a nice tradition. I'm proud of you, Pina. Pah. Good conversation. Did you know Emma? Of course. I loved stopping to chat to her during my rounds. She was always sitting at her window with a plate of cookies next to her. She always made me coffee on cold days. I'd love one of her coffees right now. Irma, I can't believe she just died like that. It's so unfair. Whoa, you're here. Sorry, Finley. I know how much you liked Irma. How are you feeling? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just happy I could be here today. Me too, even if it has been a bit stressful for me. But I'll do anything for Irma. If there's anything I could do for you, just say, okay? Hey, Finley. Dad, you're here too. Of course, I've really fallen in love with this little bar. I didn't know there was a funeral today, and I didn't know the deceased at all. But I'd still like to be here for the wake. I'm sure Giuliano will be glad to see you. I hope so. Ted is new in town as well. She doesn't have a place to stay. Is she? Okay, whatever floats your boat. I'm fine with that. It's just an animal. I don't care. Oh, you. Gregor, you're here too? Get lost, kid. Don't you want to come inside? The service is about to start. No. There's food and drink too. Lots of people are here. Leave me alone. Okay. It's all my fault. What do you mean? Oh, because of the trip? I'm doing the best I can. I know the hospital relies on me. I'm the one who's supposed to look after it after all. If the old lady hadn't got sicker, if that water damage hadn't happened, if I'd just taken better care of the hospital, then maybe she wouldn't have. This is my burden to bear. I'll never forgive myself. All those people in there, I see the way they look at me. They know it's my fault. It's not your fault. I felt the same way. I was the one treating her. Right up until the end, I still believed she'd get better. I didn't want to face the fact that she was going to die. But in the moment she passed, I knew she was at peace with it. She was old. Her body was weak, and she was happy. She didn't want people looking after her all the time. And that's okay. I did my best, and you did too. But sometimes things crumble and collapse anyway. Sometimes we have to say goodbye to people. Sometimes we can't help them. I'm going in now. You can come with me if you want. I can't. I'm gonna stay here. Okay. But if you change your mind, you just know that you'll be welcome. Sure, whatever. I should go. I don't want to disturb the bereaved. You should do what feels right for you. No one's forcing you to stay. Yeah, you're right. Let's go in. If we go in at the same time, they won't all be staring at me. And I can slip away quickly if I need to. Sounds good. Oh, of course. This is not good for the hospital. So, did you find him? Yeah, he's the janitor at the hospital. But he doesn't want to come in. I think he needs some time to himself. I think we all do. I'm glad he's here though. Speaking of which, how are you holding up? I'm coping, but please let me know if there's anything I can do. I will, my friend. Please sit down, it's about to start. Dear guests, could I have your attention for a moment? Sure. Thank you all for coming. I can barely bring myself to speak. But last night, Irma, my dear mother, passed away. She was a real talker, always telling stories, and she was surrounded by people who loved her. That's you guys. Thanks for that, all of you. When I was little, she taught me to play an instrument. She practiced with me, and I hated every second of it. But when I was playing, her eyes would just lit up. I wish she could look at me that way again. I want to play a very special song for you. A song Irma requested every time I picked that instrument up. remember one day it was really frosty when I had to deliver my letters. I slipped on a patch of ice. My whole mailbag fell into the river with all the letters still inside it, and I tore my cruciate ligament. Irma not only helped me fish every single letter out of the river, she even dried them, restored them, and delivered them for me. Irma worked with my parents in a restaurant. Things had been going downhill for a while. Then Irma came up with a new dish, rainbow beet gratin. It was a hit. Before long, it was the only dish anyone wanted. Irma and I used to play backgammon together every Thursday in the summer. How did you know Irma, Finley? I'll tell you how that squirt knew Irma. Oh, there we go. He's the one who let her die. It's the truth. Irma was in great shape. Then one day she just bends over, sprains an ankle, ends up in the hospital, and a few days later, suddenly she's sick. Real sick. And then she just dies. I'm telling you, it's all that guy's fault. Him and all the staff at that awful hospital. I just heard them talking about it right now. They're letting the hospital deteriorate. It's so bad the folks who go there pick up new diseases in the wards. Irma didn't even have pneumonia until they took her to that dump. I'm telling you, Irma didn't just die. She was murdered there. If St. Ursula's wasn't so useless, Irma would still be with us today. There's the lucky dice, by the way, beneath the stereo. We'd be celebrating, not mourning. Everyone who works there should stand up and take the blame for this. We'd all be better off if the hospital was torn down and never darkened our skyline again. Ralph, that's a crock of nonsense. Nah, hold on. Maybe he's got a point? Yeah, St. Ursula's is a danger to us all. That's right, we need to run these murderers out of town. Maybe it would be better that way. What? Look around you. Do you see anyone from the hospital here except for this clown? Exactly. They don't even have the nerve to come to her funeral. Because they know it's their fault. Plain as the nose on your face. But quiet, everyone. Please. This isn't about pointing the finger at anyone. This isn't about St. Ursula's. It's about Irma, my mother, your friend. Finley? Yeah? I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but perhaps it would be best if you leave. But please, I don't want this argument to ruin Irma's memorial. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Let's talk later. Okay. You should have asked those bullies to leave. What do they expect? An entire hospital to just shut down to mourn someone? Oh man, that didn't go how I expected. Yeah, looks like my cell phone had no reception at Gilbert's. Mia and Carl both tried to call me. Hey Finley, thanks for calling me back. I was worried when I saw you today. Are you okay? I'd be lying if I said I was. Oh, I don't know if it will help, but I actually have plans for tonight. I think I need to get my mind off things, and I'm guessing you might want to do as well? If you come along, we could help each other. Pina will be there too. Sure, why not? Cool. I just got off work. I'm standing in the middle of the town square. Perfect, I'm heading your way now. Let's meet at the hospital entrance, okay? Alright, see you soon. What? I'm in the middle of town, she's coming my way, she just left work, and it makes most sense for me to go all the way back to the hospital? I hope your evening went better than mine. That doesn't make any sense, Mia. I feel like Carl is just going to get us into more trouble. That we will tell him and he will be like, oh, let me kick those guys' butt. Like, we don't need that right now. This is just... There's nothing to... Why do you make me walk all the way back if there's nothing to do here? She could have at least met me here downhill. There's just some game design and storyline decisions that I really don't get in this game. Would it killed you to walk towards me? Is the funeral over already? Dr. Krakowski told me you were there. It sure was. There was an argument. People said it was my fault Irma died. What? I wanted to explain myself, but didn't get a chance. That's so mean. It makes me so angry. Yeah. Can we change the subject, maybe? Anything special going on in your life? Well, today's my stage debut. What do you mean? I'm rehearsing with the Porcupine Amateur Dramatics Group for the first time. Wanna come watch? I want to get used to having an audience. Do I need to do anything? Watch, listen, nod, and don't be too harsh a critic. I can do that. Yay, let's go. The rehearsal's taking place on a small stage in the park. Where? And the park's this way. Have we been there? On a stage? I can't really remember a stage per se. Or was it the one almost downhill? Oh, there. Yeah, we went there last episode, I think, with the lookout. Yeah. I think. If I'm thinking of the one that they want me to think of. Right here, right? Yeah. Okay, hi. Game. You've got to be shitting me. There we go. Mia! I'm so glad you came. And you brought Finley with you too. Yes, I asked if you wanted to come. But just to watch. Watching? Nonsense. You're just in time. One of our members dropped out today. Caught a flu at the hibernation festival or something. Oh no, can we still rehearse without them? Sure we can. You've brought the perfect replacement. But... oh yes, Finley, please say you'll join in. I'm sure that's just what I need to feel more comfortable in my first role. Alright. Yay! Woo! I was in theatre group in elementary school, but I might be a little rusty. What's the play? Will it even work with someone new in the role? That's what's so great. We're an improv troupe, of course you are. We give everyone a role at the start of the show, then just see what happens. And tonight we've got something very special in store. A terrible crime that needs solving. Mwahaha. I'm scared already. You're telling me. And you, Finley, are going to be your detective, the private eye. The guy who was a little too tough for the police. You're basically the referee. It will be great practice for the rest of the group. Oh, okay. I hope I can pull this off. I know you can. This is gonna be great. Is everyone ready? Yep. I'm already pumped. Let's go. Okay. Alright, you've all been given a brief on your roles. Any questions? Good. Folks, we've got 2 new additions today. So to celebrate, I've come up with something special. Listen up, everyone. We open on an old hospital. It's 6 in the morning. There's a storm outside. The rain's coming down in buckets as one by one you enter the building. Shortly after the shift begins, we hear the chief physician's voice break into a horrifying scream. Ah! Come on, you can do better than that. Let me feel your terror. Ah! Much better. No, it wasn't. A body has been found in the chief physician's office. But it's not just anybody. It's the body of the chief physician's personal assistant. You gather in the break room. The fresh coffee is still bubbling in the pot when the door flies open once more. Into the room strides none other than the city's most famous detective. Finley, that's your cue. Haha, he's so cute. His face is grave, his steps determined, and so the questioning begins. Finley, you just let me know when you're ready to give your verdict, okay? Okay. Alright, folks. Let the interrogation begin. I don't know how that could have happened. It was the chief physician. I'm sure of it. You've got to believe me. Oh, you word. She would have done anything for him, but she swept that under the table. If he threatened her with it, she wouldn't hesitate to resort to such means. Anything to preserve her career. I did see her leaving the building last night, when I was just starting my night shift. It doesn't mean anything at all. Where were you at the last time of the murder? And where were you? Me? I was only here for a cigarette break. I just got back from the night shift. Lie, and I was going to go straight home after that. Is there anything else that might be relevant besides your theories? Well, I don't know if it's really relevant, but before the PA started here, he worked at another hospital. But he was falsely accused of involuntary manslaughter, so they fired him. Can you imagine that? I told you, the chief physician, of course. Haven't you ever seen a detective drama? Alright. Oh man, I need a coffee. It's really terrible what happened. I still can't believe it. I was even here when the crime took place and I still couldn't do anything. Where in the building were you at the time of the crime? I always come in extra early, because I like to work in peace before the hustle and bustle starts. So I sat in my office all morning, going through patient records. I haven't been here long. I was eager for a fresh start after my previous hospital, and I get along very well with everyone here, but I'm still trying to get up to speed. Anything unusual? As you may already know, I'm pretty new here, so I probably wouldn't even notice if there was something out of the ordinary. But maybe that will help you provide a more objective view than your colleagues. Yes, I suppose so. I don't want to make any false accusations, but there is one thing, as it happens. The chief physician came to see me a few days ago. She asked me to keep an eye on the janitor. I think he was seen hanging around my floor a few times, heading into the storeroom. Some people suspect him of stealing medication. And have you noticed anything? No, I've never seen him there. But maybe the murder victim caught him in the act. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, truly. I've never seen him in the corridors a few times. But apart from a friendly nod here and there, we've never really interacted. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm happy to help if I can. I'd love to help, but I've been busy all morning. But where are you? Busy, eh? With what? Sometime last night, that damn pipe in the basement burst again. That's the third time this month. Not that anyone cares. And everything's always underwater. So I spent the whole morning on my hands and knees down there, tinkering around. And then I thought, what's that strange object in the water? And hey presto, I had a murder weapon in my hand. Not that I knew that at the time, obviously. And did you notice anything else? I don't know if this is relevant, but I talked to that guy a lot. Out on the stairs after work. He's the only guy here that smokes apart from me, see? 2 days ago he was saying some weird stuff. Thought someone was following him, stuff like that. I managed to calm him down, told him he was imagining it. Turns out he wasn't. Alright, thanks for the tip. Maybe the ambulance driver. He was always kind of weird when it came to the PA. Saw him sitting in front of the guy's office again yesterday. Don't know if that helps. We used to smoke together. That was pretty nice, actually. He's quite quit now, so we don't see each other that often anymore. But he's also been a little weird recently. Maybe he wants a job or something, but he's been chasing the PA around a lot. I think think she's avoiding me, but I don't know why. Yeah, whatever. You don't understand how awful it was. If it were just a dead body, I wouldn't have been so shocked. I've seen more than a few of them over the course of my career, but in my office, before my third cup of coffee, what's the world coming to? How am I doing, Finley? Am I convincing? You're doing great, but you need to stay in character. Oh yeah, oops. I'd like to ask you about the incident. Yes, of course. I think we all want to get to the bottom of this. And as soon as possible too. But were you? I'm busy, so keep it short. Very well, I'll be brief. Where were you when the incident happened? I wasn't in the building at the time of the incident. I'd already left early yesterday evening. I always try to get here as early as possible, as a rule. That way I can finish the day's work early too. Only today my car broke down, so I didn't arrive until the same time as the rest of the staff. The breakdown service took forever, but maybe that was lucky for me in the end. Otherwise it could have been me lying here cold on the floor. Horrible. That does rule me out completely as a suspect though. I see. Is there anything else you'd like to add? I just can't stop wondering why it had to happen in my office of all places, and how. The only person with a key besides me was my assistant, and we couldn't stand each other. I don't know what he was doing in my office. As far as I know, he was never in my office unless I was there too. His key was only for emergencies. Is there anything else you'd like to add? I just can't stop wondering why it had to happen. Oh, sorry, we just went through this. If you ask me, it was the nurse anyway. My PA made some nursing cuts a few weeks ago, and I've heard nothing but complaints ever since. She also has a penchant for being unprofessionally emotional, if you know what I mean. Something about your statement makes me wonder. You told me earlier that you and your PA couldn't stand each other, correct? That's correct. Interesting, especially as I've heard from various sources that the two of you got along very well. That is wild speculation, and anyway, it should make me even less of a suspect, if anything. True, I lied, but I only did it for the sake of my image. I don't want to be the kind of boss who's known for playing favorites, so I treat everyone the same. What do you think of the ambulance driver? I don't think I've ever talked to him. I don't think I interact with most of the employees here on a regular basis, if you know what I mean. Tell me about the new doctor. She hasn't been here long, just a couple months, but she's proven a good fit. I was a little skeptical at first, because I didn't know if she was assertive enough, but it's worked out fine in the end. She's normally very reliable, though I did find a stack of uncompleted files on the desk just today. What do you think of the janitor? I'll be honest with you, I've always had a suspicion that he was up to something crooked. He's always creeping around everywhere, cropping up where you least expect him. I think he's been stealing, but I don't have any proof yet. Please hurry up. I've talked to everyone. No, I couldn't stand him. But that doesn't make me a murderer. If I went around wanting to murder people, I'd have started actually doing it a long time ago. Not that I'm saying I did. Fact is, he just wasn't a nice guy. Ask the new doctor, she'll tell you. He really had it in for her. That's more of a motivation to kill him than I've ever had. Besides, I was on duty on another ward all night, so I couldn't have killed him anyway. Like I said, I was on duty. I don't know exactly when he was killed, but you're welcome to talk to all the patients on the ward. I spent a lot of time there that morning, having a very long conversation with the woman in room 7. She didn't feel well and she really wanted to talk to somebody about it, not to mention giving them her whole life story. I remember wondering about the light that was on in the chief physician's office, though that was sometime in the early morning. No, I didn't see anyone. Or, wait. The janitor. I saw the janitor on that floor. He said he was looking for a ladder for some repair work. Unfortunately, I couldn't help him. I had my hands full myself that morning. What do you think? Can you reconstruct your course of the events? Yes, yes, sure. Oh, fantastic. So who did it? The case is absolutely clear. There is only one person who could have committed this heinous act, even though every single one of you has a motive. The solution is crystal clear. I don't know their rules. Who are you? Do you know anything regarding the whereabouts of the janitor today? The janitor's a suspect, but why would he want to kill my brother? I always thought he was good-natured, but maybe I was wrong about him too. But didn't he find a murder weapon as well? And he didn't know what it was? If I killed someone, I wouldn't turn a murder weapon over to the police. But who knows what goes on in his head? What is your role? I was told you don't smoke anymore. You said you were taking a cigarette break, but you don't smoke anymore, do you? I'm not a murderer. I would never kill him. No, I don't smoke, but I am allowed to go anywhere in the hospital. Wherever I want, especially to my own brother's office door. You heard right, he was my brother, and I would never hurt my own family. I'd rather kill myself. He may not have wanted to see me, but I can't help that he died before he could change his mind. And I know he would have done if I could have just talked to him again yesterday. Yeah, but what is your role? I heard the news when she first started here, but I've never really talked to her. I don't think she liked the PA very much. Yeah, but who is you? Okay, that's the janitor, that's the nurse, that's the head thingy. But I don't understand what the role of those two are. What is your opinion of the chief physician? She's sneaky, I'm telling you. Thinks she's so much better than other people, just because she can boss us all around. I'm surprised she wasn't kicked out years ago. She's just a bad influence on everyone else. Okay, but who? Oh man, I need a coffee. Because I heard differently. The new doctor? I don't really know anything about her. I wasn't that interested either. I just overheard that she and the PA clashed a lot. Maybe that's something to do with the fact that they came here from the same hospital. The name was similar anyway, but whether they knew each other back then, I have no idea. It's a while since the PA left there. I ran into her several times yesterday. She said she wanted to move some files from her office into other offices. Spent all morning carrying boxes around. I heard something about that. It has been implied that you might have had a motive after all. Namely, a person dislike combined with the nursing cuts. I already told you that I didn't like him, but that doesn't mean I killed him. Being temperamental doesn't mean that I'm a murderer. Yeah, he made the nursing service even worse than it already was, and I could have laid into him about it then. But did I do it? No. Am I said he's dead? No, I'm still not a murderer. I don't know who that is. Did you never have any contact with each other? No, never. You know, a hospital like this is a big place. If I ran around the building all day trying to make friends, do you know what would happen then? We'd have a lot fewer patients and a lot more funerals. That's what. Okay, so I think I know. I'm just going to guess. I'll be fine. It's not really important. Yeah. The ambulance driver. No. But no, it really wasn't. Does that mean one of us didn't play the role well enough, or is it you that's the problem? A doctor, not a detective. That's probably just as well. It was obviously the new doctor. After all, she was the only one whose alibi was contradicted by anyone. She said she spent all morning working on... Yeah, but she was acting sus. But the nurse was very clear that she kept running into the doctor in the hallway. So, what was the motive then? Isn't it obvious? The PA and the new doctor used to work at the same hospital. Yeah, I got that, but they were acting more sus than you. The involuntary manslaughter that got him fired, but which they could never prove was him, that was actually a murder that she committed, and it didn't go down well with her when somebody else got the credit for it. In fact, she took it so badly that she followed him to his new hospital, and when she caught him in the chief physician's office, she seized her opportunity for revenge. It's very simple when you think about it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I couldn't care less. Can I just go home? I don't care about y'all. Like, I've never even seen you. Goodbye. So, what did you think of the show? The show? Well, if you can even call that hammy acting a show, then I'd say it was pretty straightforward. I can't believe you couldn't solve the murder. Hey, why not? It was tough. That bunch of amateurs made it easy for you. Hey, that's not very nice. Niceness has nothing to do with it. It's about acting, the only thing that keeps us grounded in this world. Do you have any tips for me? I don't know if it's worth the effort. I can't really spare the time. I must leave now. Farewell. Dramatic. You don't have any tips, do you? Hello? The statue's not answering anymore. Too bad you couldn't solve the murder. It's okay, still had fun. Glad to hear it. Phew, that was exciting. My knees are still knocking. I think my acting needs a little more practice. Hehe. I'm gonna get going now. What about you guys? I'll stay here in the fresh air for a while longer. Finley, do you have a moment? Alright, get home safe then. Night night, crime busters. Romance? I didn't know it was about a murder. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too much for you. I really enjoyed it though. Without you, I probably wouldn't have come. Thanks for getting my mind off things. Finley, I don't know how you're feeling right now. I don't know what it's like when somebody dies on you for the first time, but I have to assume that it will happen to me sometime soon. And I'm pretty scared of it. Terrified, actually. But it's also part of the job, and a good doctor needs to be able to handle it. Hey, it might never happen to you. You're a great doctor. I think that's unrealistic. But when it happens, I want to be ready. You can't really be. What are you thinking right now? Not much. All I want to do right now is sleep. Thank you for joining in. I wouldn't have had the nerves for it without you already said that. Maybe you'll want to do it again in the future. But next time I want to be the detective. I'd be honored to have you solve my murder. Hehe. What? I can manage. I'm sure you can. And if you're struggling, you can always come to me. Just like I do with you. Hehe. But I'll be alright too, I think. Both with this and with life here in general. I think I like it here. The people, the little streets. The hibernation festival was great. It really wasn't. I think I could feel at home here. Especially with a partner in crime like you. Let's make sure that as few people die here as possible. That's the deal. Deal? Yes. Deal. This conversation was just odd. And home. I can't wait to get a good night's sleep. Me neither. Someone threw snowballs at my window. I hope it wasn't my old houseplant back for revenge. I don't think your houseplant really cares about you all that much. Hey, good morning. I've had better, let me tell you. I was just resting my eyes, letting my soul relax for a while. I had a nice dream just starting up, about a nice hot fondue. Then all of a sudden, stampede! This huge crowd of people came storming by. No consideration for my beauty sleep. Hey, they looked angry. Really? Someone threw snowballs at my window this morning. Maybe it was the same people. Why were they angry? How should I think it was from last night. They were headed for the old town. Weird, I'll keep my eyes open. Good idea. Take care, buddy. I think it's something against the hospital. They were setting it up yesterday at the funeral. Of all places. Because that's just the right place where you want to start doing that. Oh, I hear them. It's not good. There's lots of people here. I thought maybe there would be gifts. Chocolate, but actually everyone's just angry. I don't like it. How much more money are you gonna squeeze from us? Don't you work at the hospital too? I sure do, and it's been far too long. I can't do all this anymore. I've been slaving away for years. No private life, no downtime. I want to make my voice heard. And these people have valid points. Why don't you join us? We could really make a difference here. We want to see the numbers. I'm telling you, St. Ursula's hospital has got to go. How many of you have suffered here? How many of you have emptied your pockets into their coffers? The fees go up every month, but the quality of the treatment gets worse and worse. The staff are overworked, and the building's falling apart to boot. Will we keep on accepting this? Will we keep on sacrificing our loved ones to this hospital? No, absolutely not. What? What's this about? Ah, there's our specialist. What are your plans for the day, con artist? Let me pass, Ralph. Go ahead. I'm sure you've got plenty corrupt shenanigans to be dealing with. We'll just see how many more lives you take before someone stops you. That's right, get lost. Down with St. Ursula's! Down with St. Ursula's! Cheery. Where do you want to get your health treatments then? Ingrid, have you seen the people out there? Oh sure, a bit of an overreaction if you ask me. Do you think we should call the police or something? Don't worry about it, kid. This isn't the first time we've had angry folk show up at our door. I'm sure the protest has been cleared with the authorities. So right now there isn't much we can do. Ralph's always sticking his nose in where it doesn't belong. But when he gets an idea in his head, he doesn't let it go again easily. So you're not worried? There's even a nurse in the crowd. Nah, not really. Criticism comes with the territory. After all, no one who comes here leaves feeling amazingly refreshed and rejuvenated. At best, they'll just feel normal again. And if they don't, well, that's when certain kinds of people get angry. As long as they don't actually charge inside the hospital, it's all good. Dr. Theobald's already on the case. By the way, he was asking after you this morning. Seems like every day he wants something from you now, huh? Guess he likes you. But you can go straight on up to your ward. That's where he is right now anyway. I'll do that. I really don't feel like there's anything worth looking around for investigating. The game is not going to give us more than this. I thought you would be here. Dr. Theobald, have you heard about the people in front of the building? Of course. But first, I have a question for you. Did you go to Mrs. de Galma's funeral service? Yes, and I think it helped me. Thanks for the tip. I'm afraid I'm partly to blame for the protest, though. What do you mean by that? Well, the funeral seemed quite normal at first, but then they started saying it was my fault Irma died. I didn't know what to do. You know, there's one thing you unfortunately need to be aware of working here. When you work at a hospital, problems become part of your daily routine. Generally speaking, someone comes to us with a problem. Sometimes the problem can be fixed, but sometimes, however, unfortunately, it cannot. We don't have secret superpowers. All we can do is make people feel like they were before. That is our business, day in, day out. When we succeed, we are rarely rewarded with positive words or deeds. Yet if we fail, a negative response is never far away. That's the way it is, sadly. And our profession is far from unique in that regard. I'm sure you're familiar with the phenomenon yourself. We don't get a chance to provide a diagnosis until something's already not behaving as it should. So what can we do to get these people to calm down? Don't worry about it, please. I will not allow my staff to be attacked or harassed. I'll talk to the protesters and sort things out. And what can I do? Do your job, help those who need help, solve as many problems as possible, even though not all of them will be solvable. Okay, I wish you the best of luck. I do have to do my shifts once again. I don't know what it adds to the story, but maybe it's also boring to me because I've worked in a health thing and I'm like, yeah, I know, can we just get something interesting and new? I imagine you have questions. I'm sure you want to know how I feel about all this. Whether I'm worried about that little protest down there. Let's both do ourselves a favor and skip that part of the conversation. Please get started with your assignments for today. We'll talk later. Fine with me. This is the greatest puzzle of them all. Who always has that? I don't. Oh, he's in here now. Or she, sorry. It was a she. And you're in here now. Hey kiddo. Hello, Mr. Doctor. Guess what? My tummy ache's gone. And my mom's coming to pick me up today. Great, I'm really glad to hear that. Shall we give you one last checkup before you go home then? I don't have great patients like you here very often, so I need to make the most of it. Hehehe. Oh, it's you. I'll yank it in here. Yeah, I don't care. Well, you've got just about the healthiest tummy I've seen all week. Hehehe. My colleague gave your mom a letter for your pediatrician earlier. Now, you need to be careful what you eat in future, okay? Can you promise me you'll do that? Yes. Dr. Gerda said the same thing. That I should listen to you. And you know what? What? She says you're a good doctor. Really? Yes, because you made my tummy ache go away. And she says you made her tummy ache go away too. But you know what else? No, what? Dr. Gerda is a good doctor too. Because she made my homesickness go away every night. You're right there, Emma. My colleague will take you down to see your mom in a minute, okay? Take care, Emma. Bye. Okay, we're first going to go to Ted, the moose, or bison. Ted, who is a woman. I've never heard a woman with the name Ted, but that's fine. Maybe it's short for Teddy or Teddy Ursa. So we meet again. Theodora. Oh, Theodora. But why Ted? To what do I owe the pleasure? It's my lungs. The weather's doing a number on me right now. I need regular checkups. I have an artificial heart valve. Then there's the severe hypoxia. You're saying your blood isn't being supplied with enough oxygen. Exactly. I get by, but I'd feel better if someone gave me a once-over. Sure, allow me. I think that this is the one I hate. Yes, it is. I hate those puzzles. Your lungs are fine. Your heart too. I didn't know you could hear a heart valve. Ah, yes. Not a bad party trick, huh? Ingrid downstairs can write you a prescription for your medication. Great, that's what I call fast service. By the way, things are a little crazy around here right now. Be careful when you head out the door. I noticed, yeah. Things do be like that sometimes. What's all that racket out there? Just an angry mob of people dissatisfied with their work. What do they know? They don't have the first clue how difficult the work even is, do they? How are you doing today? You tell me. That's why you're here, isn't it? Alright then. We'll get to the pills, because you'll love them so much. We can have 4 pills. And now we have enough. Your liver readings are improving. Good. But I'm afraid you'll need to stay with us for a few more days. Well, it hasn't killed me yet. That's why you've still got the pleasure of treating me. Thank goodness for that. Don't let it go to your head. I know what the situation is in this hospital. Even I need to put up with an apprentice doctor. I've not forgotten my duty to teach the next generation. So go ahead, learn something. Okay, goodbye. You have a private room. Should be a little bit nicer to everyone here. I have a lot on my mind right now. Let me take a quick look at your results. I think I could go for a B. I understand all too well that you're under a lot of pressure right now. Nevertheless, your performance is solid. There's hope for you yet. I have some organizational tasks to deal with now. Have a nice evening. Take care of yourself. Do you think the protesters are still outside? I expect Dr. Theobald's dealing with that. Don't worry so much, Finley. These kind of things can weigh you down. But it will all blow over in a few days. You've got the day off tomorrow. Sleep in late. Time off is precious. Enjoy it. Yeah, that's fine with me. Okay, once again we leave. Better not go out there, kid. What? Why? The protest's still going strong. I've called the police already, but they say there's nothing they can do. Yeah, right. Your colleague felt better of it just now too. I think she had tears in her eyes. I wanted to say something, but she turned back inside and ran right past me. You mean Mia? Where did she go? Don't know. Back upstairs, I think. And Dr. Theobald? Wasn't he meant to talk to the protesters? I don't know anything about that either. I haven't seen him at any rate. He probably got held up by his luxury vending machine again. I'm going to go check on him. You do what you need to do, kid. We can't change what's going on out there right now anyway. Make yourself a coffee and wait for it all to blow over. That's what I say. Oh well. I'm lazy anyway. Hey, Dr. Theobaldi. Dr. Theobald, are you there? I don't know, you can see better than I can. Dr. Theobald, where did he go? Looks like he was here not long ago. Maybe there was an emergency? I see the liquor there. The shelf looks the same as always. Everything's still where it was this morning. It's like Dr. Theobald's just vanished into thin air. Maybe he fell through a rift in time and space. He could be living in another dimension right now, a world where pizza can cure cancer. Well, how do you know? Because you weren't here this morning. We just went straight through the coffee room, or the break room. Hi. So, Finley, we meet again. Does the boss have time right now? I need to talk to him. Dr. Theobald's not here. His office is empty. What? Strange. I mean, Theobald usually leaves the door to his office open, but only when he's actually in it. Have you seen him around today? Nope, that's why I'm here. The people on the ward can't sleep with all that commotion outside. I was going to ask Dr. Theobald for help. Last resort before I go out there and kick some butt myself. I spoke to him this morning. He assured me I was going to smooth the situation over. Well, guess that didn't happen, huh? I just bumped into Mia too. She was pretty upset, poor thing. Mia, what was wrong with her? No idea. I called after her, but she ignored me. She just said Mr. Arndes was back. Mr. Arndes? Yeah, you remember that old geezer, right? Why is he back? Always with the questions. Grandpa was sent to the best rehab money can buy at our expense. Then he's not back yet 2 minutes before he goes and poisons himself. Probably thought his wood oil was a bottle of gin. Is he? Of course not. What is it with you and the drama? Which way did she run? Upstairs. Arnes is on the 4th floor. If I had to guess, I'd say she's up there. I'll go take a look. Alright, guess I'll hunt down the boss. Thank you, Sandra. No problem. I have a feeling that he's going to be upstairs too. Have you seen Mia? Yes, she just scurried past me. She was on her way to see a patient. Hello, young grasshopper. Dr. Cotera, is there a Mr. Arndes here in this ward? My duty would normally prohibit me from simply divulging such information, but I can feel the tension in the air. It surrounds us, it permeates us, it holds the universe together. Yes, Mr. Willie Arndes is a guest on this ward. He was just setting out for a walk down the hall. One of my own favorite cure-alls, as it happens. Have you lost something? No, well, yeah, maybe. Weird answer. Well, if I find something, I'll keep hold of it. Once you've decided if you've lost something, you can ask again. Also strange. Mr. Arndes, can you listen to me for a moment, please? Bunkum, I don't have to put up with this. I already told you I didn't steal any blueberry pudding. And why didn't I get a pickle with my dinner today? Mr. Arndes, please, I need your help. Why does everyone keep asking for my help? I just want to be left alone, damn it. Who are all those people out there anyway? Clear off, you're not getting my money. Mr. Arndes. Mia. Finley, there you are. What's going on here? I wanted to do something. I have to do something. What happened? Why are you talking to Mr. Arndes? I was just on my way home. Those people, they're so angry. They call me names and threw things at me. I can't go on like this anymore. I'm here to help people, aren't I? Why are they getting on my back for that? I know, Mia, I know. Last time Mr. Arndes was here, he was barely responsive. I was hoping to ask him about the night of your accident. Maybe he knows something. That's not a bad idea. It's not a good one either. Mr. Arndes, can I ask you something? What is it now? You... Give him the man a pickle first. Take your time, Grandpa. Don't I know you, sonny boy? Yes, we've met before. You were at this hospital a little while ago, last fall. You had an accident. Do you remember? Yes. I know your voice. What happened exactly? Tell me. We were looking for you. We think the broken elevator took us both to a disused ward. I found you there. You were injured. Oh, that was you. I was just trying to get back to my room. I don't know how I ended up in that place. What do you remember about it? Not much. I'm not as young as I was. I was looking for my room. The hallway was completely dark, but someone had left the desk lamp on. There was a bed covered in folders and paperwork. And then I heard your voice. Not the most pleasant way to wake up. And that's not even mentioning the headache. Is that all you can remember? No, after that I was back in this blasted hospital. My time at that rehab place was worth it though. I've not had a bit lasagna that delicious since I was a kid. Okay, thank you Mr. Arnes, you've been a great help. Maybe the play they did last night with Mia and the improv group was actually the story behind the story. What does it mean? A lot. Maybe Dr. Krakowski killed everyone. He remembered the desk, Mia. That bed I saw on the 5th floor, with the documents on it. Carl said that there was nothing there. But Mr. Arnes saw it too. Carl did it. So what now? We need to let Carl know. Maybe he'll know what to do with this information. It was Carl. Hey Carl, what are you up to? Wait, do you have a hidden camera in my apartment? I was just about to call you. Things are starting to get out of hand here. Mia and I want to do something about it. What a coincidence. I was thinking exactly the same thing. Come on over. I've already got an idea. Wait, have you ever been to my place before? Nope. I live on the high street, next to the bakery. Got it, we're on our way. But we can't exactly go out. And I was looking for Dr. Theobald. Dr. Theobald's just not going to be here, is he? No, he's not. Maybe he will be down now so that we can actually leave through the front door. And maybe the park is the quickest way to get to where we need to be. Maybe. I think so, actually. It's gonna be a long night. Good job I've just put on a fresh pot of coffee. She just doesn't change at all. Oh, they're still here. You might want to go around the back. Yeah, good idea. I'm just surprised that they're still there. I mean, protesting is one thing, right? But sometimes, most of the time it goes a little bit far. Way too far. And people often protest in very what was I saying? In ineffective ways. Like, we have a lot of, especially the last year, I think it was mainly last year actually at the end, a lot of bus drivers and trained people were protesting, mainly the bus drivers I think. And they wanted a higher paid wage and everything. Like, fair enough, but the way they did it was by annoying the customers by not driving their buses. Like, that's a very stupid way to protest, because you need the people, the community behind you, right? And what they did was piss off the community, because buses didn't drive, people didn't get to go to hospitals, like the people who have to take the bus, because the bus isn't cheap here in the Netherlands. Like, the people that have to use it really have to use it because they have no other way to get to their jobs or something, or to important meetings or whatever. So the way you would really hurt your employee is riding for free. Like, protest all you want, but then let the customers go into the bus freely. Annoy your bosses that way. I think that's a lot more effective in the protesting way, and especially getting the community on your side. But then again, people are just angry and want to be heard, and then there's a whole mob and people are like, oh, I'm valid in what I feel. And we don't stop to think about how protesting could be actually helping us. Look, there's something about St. Ursula's in the newspaper. Life in an unhealthy healthcare system. Interesting conversations and exclusive insights. Read the full 3-page report in tomorrow's edition. I don't think I want to read it, puppy. But like, who do they want to take care of their health then if the hospital leaves? Like, it's a small town. I don't know why you're walking on the windowsills, but that's my job as the player. He lives next to the bakery. Yeah, that's here. Hello? Hey Carl, it's us. What's the password? Password? You didn't give us a password. True. I guess that one's on me. Can you let us in, please? It's pretty cold out here. Not without a password. Oh, fuck off. Hold on, I just need a minute to think of one. I would say I'm going if you don't let me know. Okay, alright, I've got one. The password is mango. Keep it to yourselves, don't pass it on. Great, will you let us in now? Not until you give... Mango. Ah, it's you guys. Very good, very good. Well, what are you standing around there for? Come on in, it's way too cold outside. Like, I know that they're trying to be funny, but... And then Finley came along. Mr. Arnes hasn't exactly confirmed that, but he said he remembers stacks of folders in a bright light. What are you thinking, Carl? I think that all fits together. I used my involuntary vacation to do some thinking. I never liked this whole situation right from the start. First, though, I need to apologize to you, Finley. I was never quite sure if you'd been imagining things or not when you had your accident, but I can see now that you're onto something. So, what are our conclusions? That we need to go deeper. Deeper? You know, I'm the longest serving member of staff at St. Ursula's after Ingrid. I do the rotas, manage their inventory, and put our orders together. What are you getting at? We need to go to the hospital's document archive. That could be where we find the answers to what's going on here. You mean the big storeroom in the basement? Surely we can't just walk in there. No, the storeroom's always locked. Even I don't have access to it. But I have an idea how we can get in there. It will require perfect teamwork, though. This is a delicate matter, like an ornate glass figurine. We need to consider our every move carefully, like chess grandmasters. Whoa, you've really put some thought into this. Of course I have. So, listen carefully. I am all ears. Hi. Old Glendower has all the keys to the building in his office, including the key for the archive. That's the one we need to get. And how are we going to do that? Sometimes Gregor stays at the hospital late into the night. Seems like he's got some kind of project he works on in his office after hours. I don't know what it is, but he sure puts a lot of time into it. And over the course of my many night shifts, I've noticed something. At exactly 1 AM every night, he leaves his office and sets off to see Ingrid. Yeah, yes, that's it. Slowly he sets out on his trusted path. Step by step. Foot by foot. His mind never straying from his goal. Until he finally reaches Ingrid's desk. The two always spend a while chatting. Then Gregor grabs a coffee and heads back to his office. And you know what? When he goes on his little walk, he never looks his office. That gives us the perfect window to get in there. Finley, you wait until Gregor leaves his office. This is completely necessary, of course. Oh, creases. That's when you go into the look for the archive key. Sounds good, but you must have lots of keys. It will take me a while to find the right one. No problem. That's where Mia and I come in. Word on the street says you're a talented actress, Mia. What? Me? Come on, you don't have to. Just transport me to where you need me to be. Holy moly. Good evening, my dearies. What's with the disguise? I'm on leave right now, right? It's best if I stay incognito while I'm at the hospital for now. I don't want any more trouble. Okay. Good, now where was I? Ahem. Please pay no attention to me. I'm just an old fragile little granny. Just here to visit her little son. I suppose I'd better head up to his room. At 1 AM? Oops. Oh my hip. Such pain. Ow. Don't worry, I'm coming. Fear not, I am a competent junior doctor. I'm here to help this poor old lady. It looks like she took a bad fall with no outside interference whatsoever. What's this now? If you get a costume, I want one too. After all, I'm playing the courageous doctor in shining armor. Alright, I guess. As I was saying, I rushed here right now to help this injured person. This looks bad. You there with the broom. What, me? You look strong. I implore you, help me with this old lady. What's with the amateur dramatics? No drama here, sir. This is serious. I need to make sure that this person has not sustained any more severe injuries. Alright. The game is just dragging itself out there right now. Just for the sake of dragging it out, I feel like. And then boom! The key is ours, heh? I'm glad that I don't have to do any gaming for it. The perfect plan. Now there's just one thing left to do. Head down to the basement and into the document archive. I mean, why would I expect to be gaming in the game, you know? Well, the game can just do all the gaming for me. Except for the stupid minigames. Finley's outfit looks cool though, I will give him that. Good job, team. It's heist time. Oh, but there's a camera. Before we go in there, why is that barbed wire? What exactly are we looking for? I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll know when we see it. Wait a second. The door was already open. What? That can't be right. The door is always locked. Maybe so, but it wasn't today. Maybe you're right, Cole. Let's check it out. And it's empty. Someone was in here recently. How do you know that? The layer of dust isn't as thick as usual. I haven't been here in ages, but something just feels different. Like someone's disturbed the energy of the room. Since when are you the mystical type? Hey, back off, I can sense these things. You'd better take a look around. Maybe we'll find something unusual. In movies, archives like this are full of secrets and treasures. In real life, I guess they're full of boredom too. Medical records, doctor's letters, today's lab results. Some of these documents are older than my parents. There must be loads of thrilling stories stashed away down here. Look up here. Finley, get down from there. You'll break your neck. Mia's right, we all know these boxes are out to get you. How did you get up there anyway? It doesn't matter. Someone's taken some folders off these shelves. You can still see a print in the dust. It's pretty obvious something's missing. What? Let me see. Yeah, get up on the boxes too. Yes, it's definitely not normal. I know it doesn't look like it, but there's actually a system in this archive. And something's clearly missing here. This empty space should be filled with at least 7 years' worth of receipts and bills. You're right, Cole. Why do you sound so surprised? I thought you'd be used to that by now. Do you think this means anything? I think it does. What's really interesting is that all the missing files should belong to the same time period. They'll all be documents that would potentially be needed for communication with the health insurance companies. Those kinds of documents don't just disappear. But they might have been moved to another location because they're still needed. Like an old hospital bed on the 5th floor, for instance. That's gotta be it. There must be someone who knows about this. Dr. Theobald, maybe? I don't think so. He hasn't been seen in a while. Should we go to the police? There's someone outside. We need to get out of here quickly. Agreed. I would say hide, but... I guess it's going to look suspicious that all 3 of you come from the same room. What are you doing down here? Carl, was that you? Sandra just stumbled on something big. Have you seen Dr. Theobald? We need to speak to him urgently. The boss? I haven't seen a whiff of him. I need to see Alil and pick up some blood results. It's not like there's anyone here who's actually meant to be working on a ward. But you'd better settle in anyway. That crowd outside's way bigger now. I wouldn't be trying to head home right now if I were you. Not that I can think about clocking off. Too much to do. The wards are all pretty much full. So come on, make yourselves useful. Sandra's right. Finley, we should lend a hand on the ward. What about the missing documents? I'm sure they can wait. We need to give Gregor his key back, then help out upstairs. You're right. I disagree. I think we have much more important stuff to do. I think Dr. Theobald's going to be dead somewhere. I could use a little help here. That was Ingrid. Let's have a look. They're at the front desk. Down with St. Ursula's. Here comes another of those bunglers. Ralph, you crackpot. Just go home, okay? You can't just come in here like this. It's not allowed. Please. Just let us do our job. The noise you're making's bad enough. But more importantly than that, you're blocking the main entrance. That means you're stopping us from admitting any more patients. Please, just leave. Bah. That's just a load of stupid excuses. Who's going to stop us? You? Patrick here has a terrible ailment. Exactly. Ow, the pain. That's enough. Not only did you cripple him for the rest of his life when he injured his arms years ago, that nasty little runt attacked us both just the other week. Patrick's still recovering to this day. And that's not even mentioning the psychological trauma we both suffered. Don't be ridiculous. Ow, my arm! See, we have every reason to be here and every right to. We're not leaving until we get some answers. Get the chief physician out here now. But hasn't Dr. Theobald come to speak to you already? He assured me that. Of course he hasn't. As if he would get his feathers out of the comfy chair. Will you all just listen for 1 minute? If he's not going to come down here, we'll just have to take this to him. That's right. And you know what else? Let me through, damn it. Help, quickly. I can't do anything. Renee, what's up? This person. They were just standing next to me in the crowd. Then all of a sudden they fainted. I just managed to stop them from hitting the ground. They don't look good. We should take them to the ward. Typical, always the same. The next poor soul for you to bleed dry. Finley, lend a hand here. But what about Dr. Theobald? I'll try and find out where he is. And I'll try to find out more about the missing documents too. We'll talk later. Alright. Let me through, you scumbags. Just honk them out of the way. Don't know why you think you should look outside for all of that, but... The patient's in very poor condition. I'm glad you brought him to us. Do you know what's wrong with him? I'll take care of this. Please just give me some time. Mia, Finley, please look after the ward. There's a lot to do as ever. And this isn't helping. Sure, we'll take care of it. I want to help too. Good. Ask around the other wards, see if anyone else can help out. Consider it done. More of the same, because they couldn't think of anything original. Yeah. Okay. Don't you need any help here? What I need most of all is time. The best way for you to help me is to take care of the ward on your own. Forgive me if I can't monitor your work as closely as usual. You and me have been here a while now. Prove to me that I can trust you with our ward. I don't think you can. I think that's asking way too much. I need to be on all the P's. And hopefully the police is coming now, because we actually need them. Hello. Greetings. And the same to you. You're struggling with inflammation after an abdominal injury, right? Let's take a look then. Oh no. This is a textbook inflammation, but I can't see you've had all the important vaccines. We need to cool the wound properly, and you'll need antibiotics to treat the infection. Got it. For now, just keep as still as possible. Good idea, and get well soon. I wish you could walk faster here. Like, it doesn't really change anything. I see you have a gastrointestinal infection. That's true. And you had a colonoscopy last night. Correct. There are probably better ways to spend your evenings, right? You're not wrong there. Alright, let me take a look. Yeah. Oh, I like these. I like these at least. Please let me keep liking them. Okay, 3 of them are at least in here. Oh, okay, and now 3 of them. There were 3 of them already in here, now there are still 3 in here. The one we took out, yeah, we changed too much. We also changed the tooth. Maybe change it for that. Okay, well, at least we got 2 now. Oh, and none of these are in. Okay, so what we're missing is the tooth. Okay. The drop is now in the right place. Okay, so 3 from those are also in. We know that that one was in, so that's 1 crossed off. Maybe the hands? And let's say I'll throw you in. Ah! There we go. Yeah, very good. No serious abnormalities were found during your colonoscopy. Your symptoms indicate a flu-like infection. That's good because it's treatable and it shouldn't trouble you for too long. But we need to get your electrolyte and water levels back up. And you need to make sure you drink plenty of fluids, preferably tea. Okay. There we go. And now we need to do it one more time. Every time I think that these are the final rounds, it's like, nope. Something's not right here, is it? Honestly, I'm not sure. It sure feels that way. The protest's still going on downstairs. It's got bigger even. Yes, I noticed. And we've had some collapse on us too. One of the staff? No, a protester just keeled over out of nowhere. Dr. Krakowski's diagnosing him now, but we don't know what's wrong with him yet. You know, I've worked in the healthcare sector for decades. There have always been scandals, arguments, criticism. Some time ago, a large number of hospitals came to a decision that would end up having huge ramifications. Healthcare was improving, people were healing and recovering faster. In a very short time, the average length of a patient's hospital visit was halved. Accordingly, the hospitals decided to halve the numbers of nursing staff, but the workload remained the same. So then came the overhauls, the saving strategies, that kind of thing. We're still seeing the effects of that decision today. I also see the shortcomings here at St. Ursula's too. What I'm trying to say is, I know what you're going through. I'd like to take a look at your readings if that's okay. Of course. He's warming up to me. Okay, one more time. Ha! We got one right. And 2 in. Okay, still 2 in. And the only ones I changed for those. But I think I've had everything, so... Okay, you're not in at all. There we go. I'm almost afraid to tell you this. What is it? Is it all over for me? No, quite the opposite. Your readings have improved significantly. Huh. I wasn't expecting that, I must admit. But that's all part of the profession too. Funny how things turn out sometimes. You should rest a little more. I think you'll be able to go back home soon. Your wish is my command. Oh, and one more thing. If I can help in any way, just say. I'd be glad to. That's really nice of you, but you're a patient here. The only thing you need to work on is getting healthy again. If you insist. I insist. But thank you for the offer. I mean, we could use all hands right now. Finley, can you give me a hand, please? Yeah, where are you? I've just finished my assignments. That's music to my ears. Can I take a look? While we're looking after the ward on our own, we should compare results to keep each other on track. Sure. Nice. Oh wow, that's pretty good, Finley. I don't think I can perform as well as you under stress. I've got to say, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. All our beds are occupied. I can't keep up. We'll manage it. I need to head up to the 4th floor for a few minutes. They're having trouble there too. Everyone's pitching in where they can right now. Can you take on a few more people? Sure, I'll hold the fort. Thanks, I'll be right back. Seriously. I wasn't doing anything. Good evening. Can you tell me how you're feeling today? I've had awful stomach cramps ever since last night. And diarrhea. My head feels like it's about to explode. The injection will help keep your pain in check at least. Okay. I feel like I'm going to die. Depends on it. I'm not that good at this minigame. There you go. Okay, injection done. I hope it kicks in soon. I've never felt this bad in my life. We'll give you a full checkup as soon as we can. In the meantime, try and get some sleep. Please hurry. There's something really wrong with me, I know it. Well, we are working on you. We're not leaving you alone. It's going to well. Okay, we now need to go to 301. Good evening. Kids, how are you feeling? This morning it felt like the flu. Now everything hurts, every breath I take. And how's your digestion? Everything went right through me this afternoon. The painkillers didn't help either, only a little. I'm going to take your pulse, then we'll see what we can do for you. Oh no. If there's something I hate in this game, I think the game knows. I did get them. It went pretty well this time. Your body's fighting something. We're going to find out what it is as quick as we can. Thank you. I hope it isn't contagious. Or is it always so busy here? Don't worry about that. My colleague will be back to check on you again soon. Here we go again. Good evening. Struggling for air. Everything hurts. Help me, please. Of course, we'll adjust your medication. Thank you. Well, you don't know that until you know if it helps or not. Okay, you need at least that. And then you need a little bit of that. Oh, we don't need that. Okay, what you need is this. You need that. That you need. Okay, my colleague will be here in a minute to give you your new medication. Thank you. I don't want to die. We'll do everything we can to make sure you get well soon. I promise you that. And if you were really in trouble of breathing, we would have hooked you up to a machine. Oh no, I'm sorry. The fourth floor is even fuller than here. All the beds are occupied. There was some talk about whether we could fit more beds in somewhere. And then there was an incident. An elderly lady collapsed. I had to lend a hand for a while. And I didn't know the place so well, so... It's alright, take a deep breath. Better? Better. How did it go here? I'm done with everything so far. Can I take a look? Sure. Need someone to take a look. Okay, well, why the frowny face? I got an S tier. Everyone seems to be doing better. It's nice to know I can trust you with my tasks in case of an emergency. I'll try to return the favor soon. Thanks for taking over. How do you feel? No problem. I'm not flagging yet. You're really tough. With all this running, I might as well quit the gym. I could really use some coffee right now. Let's do that then. Not at this time of day. I'm dead tired actually. Have you heard from Carl yet? No, now you mention it. I've not spoken to him. Should we give him a call? Maybe he has some news for us. Good idea. And? Nothing. He's not picking up. Strange. I hope everything's alright. He's dead. Finley, Mia! Come quickly, please. The patient in room 302 is really sick. We can't stabilize him. Oh no. Finley, Mia, quickly. Help me stabilize the patient. The cramps keep getting worse. The patient is unresponsive. We need to... He's flatlining. What? Dr. Kakowski, be quiet. Stand around, take the deceased details. The patient suffered from severe and irregular abdominal cramps. We noticed heavy gastrointestinal bleeding. Dr. Lim would advise against surgical treatment. The blood work needs to be evaluated immediately. We know the bleeding was caused by a bacterial infection. Everything else will become clear soon. Please leave now. Is there anything we can do? Yes, there is. Please give me a little space. And get some rest. But don't you need a break? Not right now. This is an extreme case. I will consult Dr. Cortera and wait for the results from Dr. Halil. I need you fresh and well rested in the morning. If this patient fell sick without warning, others could too. Even if there's no indication of direct risk of infection, please be prepared. We'll know more tomorrow. What the frick is going on all of a sudden? Like, there's nothing happening all game long. And suddenly it's like, oh, this and this is happening, and this and this, and... Just go to bed. And the dream stopped all of a sudden too. Like in the beginning, there was so much going on that there was nothing, and now everything is there. What a night. Whatever, time to get to the hospital. It's not cold anymore then? There's nobody here. It's like a ghost town. You're still here. Why hasn't anyone come to pick you up? That's what people do. They leave their bikes and they never think of them again. Just like with stray puppies. And all of a sudden the bus is reliable too. And suddenly there's no snow anymore. Oh, hi. The ambulance is supposed to use the back entrance, really. That's not good. Okay. Did an epidemic hit? My belly feels like it's on fire. I think I'm gonna faint. Oh, now you all want attention? Ingrid, what? Finley, I really can't talk right now. We're getting overwhelmed. The wards are almost full. We've got more and more people coming in with the same symptoms. I'm trying to organize more beds. Make yourself useful and get to your ward. Holy moly. I always feel like that pelican is pregnant because it's holding its beak like that. Whoa. Yeah. It's pretty crowded here. How was the night shift? Don't ask. Don't ask. I'm pretty sure my bloodstream is like 80% coffee right now. Don't you want to take a break? Nope, no, break later. Things to do. They want us all to head to the break room. Dr. Krakowski's got something to tell us. Works for me. I was just gonna get myself another coffee anyway. You're actually running faster than I am right now. Good morning. I have a small announcement to make. You look tired, Dr. Krakowski. Did you even go home last night? That's not the time to ask now. We know more about what we're dealing with now, but we still need some time. The bacteria is aggressive. We've been able to contain it to a certain extent, but some patients are still experiencing internal bleeding. But that's not what I called you here for. As you may have noticed, all wards are full. What's more, a few of our staff have also started falling ill. If more people are admitted as the day goes on, we will hit full capacity. And what does that mean? It means that if we run out of space, we're going to have to turn people away. But, yes, I know. This is new for me too. But we have no choice. People are already being relocated to other hospitals in the local area. But the nearest hospitals over an hour's drive away. We can no longer treat them here. I would ask you to take note of this information. We can't just send people back onto the streets. You know some of those people might be seriously ill. Wait a minute, Dr. Krakowski. Carl. What are you doing here, Carl? Don't you know you're not currently authorized to be here? Yeah, blah blah. Any idiot can see the hospital's bursting at the seams. So it seems. How else are we to explain your presence? I can't just sit by and watch people croak. And I won't let you down just because of some stupid forced vacation. Who's going to stop me? Dr. Theobald's vanished into thin air. If he wants me thrown out, he can come up here and try it with his bare hands. And what's your plan? You think you can conjure up a second hospital with a wave of your magic wand? I don't need to. The ward on the 5th floor. Dr. Kakowski, we can get it running again. There's plenty of space up there and most of the beds are still in place. That ward has been out of operation for years. What? So you'd rather send all the sick people back home? Very well. I won't claim I'm happy about this, but since you're already here, get the 5th floor ward up and running as fast as you can. I'll help Carl with that. I can't say I'm surprised to hear you volunteer, Finley. I'll go to the lab and see Dr. Halil. I hope he has some good news. Mia, Sandra, I leave this ward in your hands. Are you up to the responsibility? Yes. Ain't no thing. Good luck, everyone. Now get moving. Come on, Finley, let's take a look at the ward upstairs. Let's all run and get into action without breaking our ankles. Oh, not... Okay, not the elevator then. Shady AF. That's what you get with a lot of upper floors. Do you really think we can do this? Sure we can. There's a lot of junk lying around if we've got no electricity. But if we work together, we'll get the hang of it. It doesn't have to hold together for years, just long enough for us to ride out this wave. I'll deal with the bedrooms. You take care of the corridors. We're not trying to win a prize for best interior design. Just clear enough space so we can get through. Understood? I'm glad that I have magic apparently. Good. It's as good as new. Why did we stop using this word in the first place? It has a lovely rustic charm. Maybe that's something to do with all the mold, the discarded machinery, that fake layer of dust that's covering everything. Alright, you've made your point. But the dust only moved in here later, you know. Okay, we've got almost everything we need. We're just missing the power. I might be able to help with that. I once administered emergency treatment to the junction box in surgery. I'm afraid this ward doesn't have a junction box. When the others got refurbished, this one was just left to rot. And I guess the breakers for this ward are down in the basement. That's where the main distributor is. I'll go downstairs and turn on the power. Good, I'll get started filling up the beds and rooms. There's plenty of people waiting downstairs after all. Okay, just have to make it all the way downstairs. I mean, these stages go by the fastest. Okay, where do we go now? That's it. If I carry on like this, I'll be able to qualify as a professional electrician soon. Now I need to get back upstairs. Carl's on his own up there. I'm running. Would be handy if we had an elevator that went all the way down here. Hold on, that's Dr. Theobald. What were you thinking? Have you any idea what's been going on around here? Yes, I know, of course. That's why I'm here. Just listen to me for a moment, please. I had to go. I couldn't stay here anymore. I take full responsibility. I always wanted the best for St. Ursula's, believe me. A few years ago, I was appointed chief physician, but not without help. Roman Heydrich already held a lot of influence over the hospital, even back then. He offered me the position of chief physician as part of a restructuring. At the time, I thought it was the best way for me to actively help the hospital. I was still too young. I hadn't really earned a position. But I went along with it, and Roman supplanted my predecessor for me. We had big plans. Everything was great at first, but Roman put more and more pressure on me. He had interests of his own. He didn't even try to hide them from me. He kept coming to me with strange ideas. He wanted to make more and more money out of the hospital. When I refused, he started blackmailing me. I had to sign bills, purchase orders and other documents for him. Otherwise, he would blow the cover on our agreement. And as chief physician, I would have taken the fall for everything. That's why I went along with it, for the good of the hospital. However, as we drew more and more public attention, Roman got cold feet. He took off and advised me to do the same. Sooner or later, his scam would be uncovered. And, well, here we are. But I couldn't leave the hospital in such a time of need. I will take responsibility for what I have done. I'm so sorry about everything. I never should have... Pull yourself together. Look at yourself. I'm furious. I'd never have thought you were capable of such a thing. If you really care about us and St. Ursula's, then get a move on and help the staff. Now! We don't have time for all of this whining. But I'm on her side. Dr. Krakowski, what's going on here? Finley, what are you doing here? I thought you were on the 5th floor. No matter. The power's gone out. Maybe we overloaded the grid. The hospital's running on emergency power. I'll speak to Gregor. We'll get this under control as quickly as possible. And I'll make sure that all the wards can continue working. Finley, please go to our ward. Check on Mia and the others. What's about Coral? Coral is extremely experienced. He'll be fine without you for a few minutes. I'll be there in a minute. Got it? I will take the elevator. Oh, I will not take the elevator. I don't even remember what my floor is. It was 3, right? I think it was. Because I don't often have to walk there anymore, because I got the elevator working game. Mia, the power's out. Yes, I can see that. Or rather, I can't see a great deal of anything right now. Are you alright here? Do you need a hand? We'll muddle through. Sandra has got the ward under control. Where's Dr. Krakowski? She's taking all the wards of everything they need. Dr. Theobald's taking care of the power failure. Dr. Theobald? Did I hear that right? Yes, he's back. I just ran into him while he was explaining himself to Dr. Krakowski. He was... Oh no. What's wrong? Can you smell that, Mia? What do you mean? It smells like smoke. The 5th floor! It's on fire! What? We just got the ward up and running. Everything was going great. Then there was this huge bang. Sparks flying everywhere, and all that old junk up there caught fire. We have to get out of here quickly. Where's Carl? He's still upstairs. We're trying to get everyone out of there. Mia, I'm going upstairs. I have to check on Carl. Should I come with you? You stay here. Make sure the ward's evacuated properly. Okay, I can do this. Renee, could you help me out, please? Sure thing. See you in a minute. What the fuck is going on all of a sudden? Like, first thing there's nothing happening, and now everything is happening at once. Could be great if this had a timer, actually. Like, make sure that you actually move fast. It's not smart to go up there, but you have to help your patients, right? Carl, are you there? Over here, quick, we need help. The bed's stuck. Help me move it. Okay, so how's your day going? It's like I hear fireballs or something. That almost ended very badly. Thanks, Finley. What are we going to do now? We need to put out a fire. First we have to get everyone out of here. There's a plan for things like this. We evacuate everyone to the school gym hall. Then we stay there until the fire's been put out. We contact the other hospitals in the area and get people out to them as soon as possible. Until then, we keep going. So, get everyone out? Get everyone out. We can't use the elevators, so we'll need to carry people downstairs. Benjamin and I can man the stairs. You go to the bottom of the stairs and take the beds as we pass them down. Demi and Archie will be waiting at the front entrance. Take the beds to the front of the building. What about the other wards? They'll all be doing the same thing. Do you think Dr. Krakowski and Mia will be okay? Yes, we'll help them in a minute. Thank goodness we haven't filed this ward up to capacity yet. Okay. Come on, there's no time to lose. We're all actually standing somewhere. Okay. Whoa. Holy frick. Okay, Ingrid is gone. Okay, there's just fire everywhere. Of course, in an old hospital it would be spreading quickly. Why are the other nurses not taking any beds with them? There we go. One more bed. Doing really good. Okay, did I have another bed in here? I mean, everyone is going out. Maybe I should go outside too? Oh, I did forget someone. Again, there are so many nurses and doctors running past me, like someone could have helped here. Just take your time. Is there another bed? No. Finley, you're still here. You need to leave. Take the next transport to the gym. The rest of the staff are already on their way. I'm sure your services will be needed there. Don't you think I should do another check of the hospital? You might have missed some people. I've been to a lot of the wards. I'll do one last round of the ground floor, then I'll be right behind you. I'll come with you. You've done well, better than I could have done. I'll be alright. I'll just hold my stethoscope tight. Go on now, Finley. And thank you. He's not going to come. He's going to go down with the hospital because he has no future. Let's be honest here, we all know that that's going to happen. I think you might actually need help yourself. Because of all the ash and stuff. Don't fall asleep. Don't die. Come on, get in there. The others need you. Ah, Finley, there you are. We need all the help we can get right now. Come on, take care of the sick as best you can. I'll assign the teams, then I'll help out as well. What are you waiting for? Show me what you can do. Yeah, I was... Press E. Oh no. Well, at least I'm not letting people die. Or is it somewhere at the beginning? No? Oh, there you are. No, it's probably somewhere at the beginning. You again. Oh, frick you. I'm getting better at that minigame at least. Like now it's just a lot of busy work to keep everyone alive, hopefully. Like if your buttons don't work, then it's just not going to work. Finley! Leave it! Dr. Kakowski, glad you're here. This patient's very sick. She's beyond your help now. But can't you see? The woman's already dying. But you can help me. I need you up front urgently. Please come with me, quickly. It's choices right now. Like there are a lot of people that need your help. Not everyone's going to get the help that they need on time, and then you have to make a decision. Get through the night. We did. But don't ask me how. You must feel exhausted and just so empty inside at this point. Hey Mia, hey Carl. Wow. There's nothing left. Well, there's something left, but not a whole darn lot of the hospital. So I guess that was kind of the... This was it. This game was very empty. Dedicated to the people who work in healthcare, yeah. It's I didn't really like the game. I think that became clear mostly in the last 2 episodes. The beginning was okay, and then there was a whole darn lot of nothing in the middle, and then all of a sudden everything came in the end. Wasn't a really big fan of the minigames. The story could really use some help with pacing. There should have been some more clues and things going on in the middle. It's a little bit of a mess. Needless to say, would I recommend the game? Not really. No, I don't think that this is a game that you need to have played. I think that what they tried to do was noble. And yes, you get a lot of shit when you work in healthcare. It's why I left healthcare too after 10, 12 years. There isn't a price high enough to make me go back, and this game kind of reminded me of that. Like the stuff around going outside, the characters just felt flat too. Like this game wasn't for me, that's fine. But I hope to see you in another series, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye, people.
Summer's gone by in the blink of an eye. It's a fine line between good times and memories, just one breath away from eternity. Oh, summer's gone by in the blink of an eye. Summer's gone by in the blink of an eye. Always summer's gone by like a stranger on a sidewalk, a short smile, no time for words. Oh, summer's gone by like a night with friends you thought could never end, but now it's barely remembered. I hope that you still remember me, like a melody that is still stuck in your head. Stuck in your head, you're still stuck in mine. You're still stuck in mine. Summer's gone by in the blink of an eye. It's a fine line between good times and memories, just one breath away from eternity. Oh, summer's gone by in the blink of an eye. Summer's gone by in the blink of an eye. Always summer's gone by.